Today's vlog, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the frequency of 528 hertz, and I'm going to relate it to the Law of One Tarot. A lot of my notes here and this information that inspired me to do this vlog came from Dr. Leonard Horowitz, and I reposted his video on TikTok. It's so inspiring. You can go watch it on my page, Falmo Spiritualist, and relate it in your own way to the Law of One Tarot. So what Dr. Leonard Horowitz says is he talks about the sacred frequency of 528. So when I started thinking about 528, I always think about the experience. And as I watched the TikTok, and this is what inspired me to do this vlog, is he says the same thing. So he says light and sound. So we have light, right? We had the earth, or we had the sun. And the sun rays, I'm going to do a separate TikTok on this and post it on YouTube as well. But anyways, so we have the sun. So we've got light and sound, right? So water is constantly recording the sound of light. And the dolphins, all of that produce light by manipulating water bubbles from sound. So all of nature is starting to work together. Also, when you see green in the rainbow here, when you see green in the rainbow, that is a reflection of love. That is 528 hertz. And that's what started making me think about the Law of One Tarot, because the middle of the deck, or the middle of the matrix, potentiator, catalyst, experience, significator, transformation, great way, is your experience. And to me, that's always been, even though Ross says you don't have to really relate it to the chakras, I think he wanted us to relate it more to the organs and the chakras, because it's your organs and the frequency of your organs which create the emotions, which create the chakras. Sorry, let me say that again. It's your organs within your body that hold a vibration, which is your spirit complex, which then create a frequency, which is what creates your chakras. And that is the frequency outwards into the divine, the ether, or even the rainbow, to connect with the rainbow. So I always thought that the experience was the green ray. So according to this, if we can relate Dr. Leonard Horowitz's research and apply it to the Law of One Tarot, if this experience is indeed the green ray, then this experience is 528 hertz. That's the sound and the vibration that we need to get through, that we need to get to. Sorry, I have my tonsils. My right tonsil is swollen a bit, so I'm having a hard time talking. But going back to this, so it is the green ray, and if the green ray is 528 hertz, if you can imagine, we need to get to a space of 528 hertz within our lower organs, within our red ray, within our orange ray, and our yellow ray. So we need to get into this frequency and connect to the vibration of the green ray. So we need to experience this vibration, this level of frequency, in order to connect further to the significator, to the transformation, and to the great way. So if this experience here, let's say you connect, you have times within your day of imagination, of love for yourself, of love for others, knowing your oneness, and you really connect to that 528. What is it that you're doing? You are beginning to take this spirit complex. You're beginning to take this spirit complex and see the shackles that it's in here. The spirit, the shackles that this devil card is experiencing in the matrix, which is the electron, the spirit complex, sorry, which is the electron. So this electron, it's not able to vibrate as highly as it would like to alongside with its original proton. So the mind complex, I believe it's the proton, but I'm not exactly sure. So if the mind complex is the proton, and the reason I say that is because I sense that God is a proton. I sense that God is a proton. And to me, the mind is the energy and the law of mentalism that's absolutely required in this 3D world. So I also believe that the mind complex is the soul, and the soul is closest to God, right? So if the mind complex is energy, which equals your soul, which holds everything together, it's like the outskirt of a sphere, let's say, like gravity. You know how gravity is kind of holding everything together? Then to me, that means that the spirit complex is the electron. So what is crazy interesting, I'm going to relate it back to Dr. Leonard Horowitz's the TikTok that I was listening to this morning. What makes this really cool is that the spirit complex, then, if it's an electron, electrons are they are the whole universe is influenced by the movement of electrons, and this is called piezoelectricity in science. This means that everything moves or changes from the smallest blink to the biggest bang in the universe. It's driven by electrons. And I've always said that the spirit complex is vibration. So if the mind complex is the soul and it is energy, then the spirit, and it's a proton, the spirit complex is the electron. It's the vibration that it wants to hold on to. The electron actually gets to choose the vibration that it wants to hold on to. The proton, the mind, is holding the law of mentalism. The mind is holding the proton. It's holding it all together. But the electron, the spirit complex, is going to run the show because it's the electron's experience here on Earth. And the place that this electron wants to get to in order to really experience the spirit complex's blueprint or purpose, there is no such thing as purpose, but what it wants, the karma that it wants to release and move on from, that it wants to transform. And it can only transform through the experience of 528 hertz, which is love. And through the green ray, I'm going to read you this part here, okay? So green, the rainbow reflects the electrons that are coming off of the sun, which are all, it's electromagnetic, right? Which are coming off of the sun, the water holds memory, and water can also create, it gives new life, right? So water is donating the electrons. Water is a liquid crystal, superconductor of sound and light, electromagnetic frequencies. What are you? You're what? 70% plus water? Water is a liquid crystal, superconductor of sound and light. So once you get the water in your body, once you get the water in your body, in your cells, hydrate. And don't only hydrate, okay? Don't only hydrate all day long. Hydrate with some Celtic salt. Get that hydration, get that water, because water is a liquid crystal, superconductor of sound and light. You want that conduction of sound and light? Get that water deep into your cells. Use Celtic salt. Use the electrolytes to help get this water deep into your cells so that you can become an electroconductor, so that you here, right here, look at this arrow, you can experience through 528 hertz, the green ray, in love what your spirit complex is, through the spirit complex vibration, if you can get its vibration this high, it will come to this transformation. Transformation is 6 density. That's what the spirit complex is. Purpose is what it is here for. Constant transformation. And here, let me read this part to you. So, the rainbow reflects the electrons. The green of the rainbow, 528 hertz, is love, which means that the chlorophyll molecule in trees that we see all green, chlorophyll is receiving that love, then vibrating it through crystallography, holographically into the structure elected by all of nature to be the energy carrying and transforming pigment. Can you believe that? Maybe this experience here of the mind complex of the soul, the energy, and what if this here, the soul energy, I've kind of said this before, I think it might be sound, but I wasn't sure. But what if it's the frequency of 9? You know how Tesla says it's 369? That's what the Holy Trinity is. It's the numbers 369, and it's sound, frequency, vibration. So what if the mind, the soul, is the 9? Okay, now let's get back. This experience, the heart chakra, which is magnetic, is so important to get to 528 hertz, that vibration of the color green, which is reflected in the chlorophyll of the trees, that it's crystallography, holographically into the structure elected by all of nature to be the energy carrying and transforming pigment. So, was green elected by Mother Nature here on Earth to be the energy carrying, energy, soul, and transforming pigment? Transformation 6D can only come from 528 hertz, which is your experience of the mind, of the body complex, all of your organs, and the spirit complex. So remember, the body is unconscious until it's not. The body will run on the subconscious mind, all the liquid in your body, until it doesn't, until you become conscious of it in your experience. 528 hertz, green ray, heart, electromagnetic, to transform the love of the sun into Ha, which is the first divine sounds of this universe, the O2 that we breathe. Spirit complex. Your breath is your spirit complex. It takes out oxygen, deep breathe, takes out CO2, deep breath, brings in O2. And what does O2, oxygen, hold? Water is donating the electrons. Water is a liquid, crystal, superconductor of sound and light. Sound is magnetic frequencies. Breath, O2. Sacred frequency of love, breath of the earth. Law of heated steam. Right here, spirit complex, breath. Once this spirit complex, all of it, when you're in a neutral zone, gets to 4D, which love, 528 hertz, and you start to utilize that energy of green, which is elected by Mother Nature as the pigment carrying and transforming pigment in all here in Earth, that's when the significator, the sun card. Damn, girl, I didn't even realize 5D. Oh, that's right. The Sun card is in 5D. And maybe, okay, so maybe then from once you really experience 4D and 528 hertz in that vibration that's required through your spirit complex's vibration, and your mind can hold the energy of that vibration, and the organs can then neutralize themselves into that same frequency. I believe the body creates the frequency. Then you let everything's already, the body's let it go, right? The body is now completely neutral, and it's the sound. No, I don't want to say that. Okay, then it's the mind, the soul, the mind complex, and the spirit complex, and you finally get back to the true higher mind through light and sound, which is what we are. We're just a crystallization, right? Here it says, we are a digital bioholographic perception, crystallization, miracle manifestation of divine frequencies and vibrations coming out of water. The entire universe and all space is full of water, as are you. And maybe this is exactly what I said here. The significator, the spirit complex, this sun card is, once it's connected back to the light and the sound that it came from. Because if it is an electron, remember, the whole universe is influenced by the movement of electrons. It's called piezoelectricity. This means that everything moves or changes from the smallest blink to biggest bang. It's driven by electrons. It creates by deeply intertwining its experiences, like the spiral. Oh, like the spiral. So when you come back to that light and sound, the true neutrality through love, 528 hertz, 4D, that is when the green ray is shining all, and you can really receive the higher frequency of so this is the green ray, this is the blue ray, and this is the indigo, which creates your transformation. Bio-holographically into the structure elected by all of nature to be the energy carrying and transforming pigment green, to transform the love of the sun. See, you see this guy sees her, she sees him as one. They're in unity, circle as above the sun and light. You begin to experience it below, to transform the love of the sun into Ha, the O2 that we breathe. You recognize the spirit complex, that we're all one. Then you go through this transformation, because now in this transformation you begin to know that you are a digital bioholographic perception, crystallization, miracle manifestation of divine frequencies and vibrations coming out of water. And crazy, look what's right there, the death card, and then the rainbow. And maybe this rainbow was drawn here because you finally connected to the middle green ray, which is 528 hertz, which gives death to the lower mind here, matrix, potentiator, catalyst. And what happens in transformation is, remember in the beginning when I started doing Law of One, I would always flip from the experience. So if you fold this paper in half, what happens is the significator lies on top of the catalyst. So the sun card goes over the tower. Sorry, the sun card goes over faith. The hangman goes over the wheel of, I call this the wheel of chakras, the chakra wheel. So the wheel of your organs, your frequency. That's what I believe this Wheel of Fortune card is. It's your actual frequencies within your organs. And the frequency, if it's low, you're gonna go from your animalistic mind, which means that you are going to just react to your emotions, and you're very emotionally immature. But once you start acquiring a higher frequency closer to 528 hertz within your organs, then you're going to realize love more, and divinity, and oneness, and your true purpose, which all of our spirit complexes want transformation more into the proton. They want to reach its proton again, right? The electron's thriving to reach its proton. But the electron's main purpose, the spirit complex, is to serve the proton through creating, because it is also the creator, the proton. It knows where it came from. The electron knows where it came from. The electron knows that it's giving the divine God an experience. So it constantly wants to create, transform. So if you flip this from the middle, there you have it, the Empress, the Hierophant, which I believe is your guides in 5D. They go over the Empress. Then you have your transformation, your 60, and your, this is Gemini. What card is this again? I can't remember. Oh, the Lovers. The Lovers will go over the High Priestess. The Death card goes over the Hermit. The Judgment card goes over the Tower. So you actually receive the light. See that electricity? Light is information, right? So you see this? Lightning bolt. Now, instead of jumping off, you're transforming from the information of the lightning bolt, because you understand there is no bad or good. All experiences are just experiences. And the only way that you can truly experience an experience is not to react to it. It's not the experience that's presented in front of you. That's just holographic, right? It has nothing to do with what's happened to you. It has everything to do. This Judgment card has everything to do with how you respond to what's happening to you. It has nothing to do with what's happened to you. Nothing. It's how you respond. If you respond by jumping off the tower, fine, you're hooped. Go for it. But if you respond knowing that this past, this present, this future is all aligned, this is all, it was meant to happen, these are just realities that I've created, I'm not reacting to it, then you're in this world. And this World card, see the Devil, emotionally immature, in shackles. The World card, you now start living through sound, through vibration, through the information from the light. The Temperance card, the Great Way, becomes the matrix of justice. So alchemically within your body, you're transforming all the time, bringing it back to 528 so that you can consciously now make decisions and create the life that Neville Goddard talks about. Neville Goddard talks about vision, visualization, falling asleep with the vision where you want to be is of utmost importance, because what's happening is if you can do that, you are alchemically aligning your frequency within your organs to the vision, which is in the Godhead, holographic. Your Godhead is holographic. It's 9D. 9D holds the holographic images. You are creating that before you fall asleep in a neutral frequency. That's what Goddard means. And now that goes over the Justice card. And finally, in the mind complex, the Chariot of the Great Way goes over the Magician. So your crown chakra is actually also your root. All of it. The Great Way is also the matrix. Transformation is also your subconscious mind, the potentiator. The significator is also the catalyst. But you can only experience that side of the rainbow once you get to your 528 hertz. Amazing, right? I'm just amazed. I literally just I've been listening to that TikTok like on repeat since this morning, since I woke up this morning, probably 6:30. And it's only 9:30 right now, but I just started writing because I was so into this, and I figured, you know what, I might as well, before I go to yoga, I might as well just make this video. So if you have any ideas, if you go onto my Foul Mouth Spiritualist TikTok and listen to it, and if you have any information, please share. And yeah, let's do this together. Law of One Tarot is fun. They're all archetypes, right? We're experiencing this life together. You're me, I'm you. You're a mirror of me, I'm a mirror of you. Love you guys so much. Bye.